Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about the toy version of the XTransbots Razor. And yes, I do prefer to do both of them at the same time, the standard one and the toy one at the same time. This one deserves its own video simply because of the fact that A, you get this thing like 30 bucks cheaper, B, you get to know what comes in it and that it's available right now so that you don't miss out on it and it be sold out down the road. And then, of course, you want to know what's in the package. Why is it cheaper? It comes with less stuff, but it has much more paint deco. It's really fascinating what's going on with this, but we're going to take a quick look at this, and then we're going to do some comparisons, and then I'm going to have a link down below where you can get this shows it yourself. If you want to get this, remember TH support the reviewer. Let's take a look at this Razor in toy form coming up. And we get into the box, and it looks semi G1-ish. Looks okay. Tech specs on the back, a little fighting scene going on, reminiscent of the back of all G1 artwork back in the day. And this sort of simplistic stuff here. You get some QR codes, boom, an actual UPC for the item. But what's more interesting is it comes in two parts. You get part the figures in the styrofoam, and then all the accessories and stuff are in this. And the reason I haven't put his gun on him yet is because I wanted to show this is exactly what comes like this. And they use the same plastic, but no heads. So all the extra stuff that was in there before is not in there with this. You just get his one head, which is kind of strange, actually, to tell you the truth. But then you get the combiner parts still. So you still get your combiner parts, which is very, very important to know what comes with this. And unlike the very first one, you get his bugle there, and you get his card, and that's what he comes with. Of course, here he is outside of the box, and I try to match the pose to the box, and it's funny too. Keith made it super easy. Nice vanilla pose on that box there, but let's take a look at this guy. And again, I'm not straying from my first initial thought was, it's going to be better to display bots in the toy mode and the $30 a piece cheaper mode like this, because look at that tampergraph, that paint, the look, it looks amazing. It really does. As for vac metal though, I don't see any vac metal on this guy. I don't believe there was any vac metal on the first one either, so it matches. If the first release had vac metal on something, then I would be feeling like I got cheated, not getting the vac metal like we did on the second release. But so far, this set is turning out really nice. The bots are really nice, and they look good. The paint is top notch. I love it. I love it. I love it. Somebody said that they had some scratching on theirs. Now, I might have somewhere, but I just haven't noticed any scratching. I'm not going to say that I haven't had scratching, but I haven't noticed scratching on all these tampergraphs. And you know, and it makes me wonder like exactly how many paint hits it takes and how long it takes to dry in between each paint hit. That's always fascinating to me to find out about that kind of stuff. And that there's more work I feel that goes into these cheaper ones, but they already have paid for the tooling with it. I just don't understand. I don't understand why these are cheaper than the original ones, aside from a few parts left out. But then when they do the Omnibots, it's $10 more for every subsequent Omnibot. But anyway, maybe they're making double the run of these toy ones. I'm not sure. Anyway, looking really good. I do think his head, I don't remember it looking like that in the first one. But yeah, let's get into articulation, get into what really matters. Comparison. Speaking of his head, left, right, up, down, does all that good stuff. It feels a little bit loose, but nothing crazy. This is all friction going past the 90, and you can do 360 friction, and that feels kind of loose. Very, very tight bicep swivel, double jointed, and I don't want to really engage the double joint too much because that joint is painted, so that might be a point of contention in the future. Is that painted? No, it's just all that one color, baby. No, it matches really well, however they did that. And then the hand, you have everything going on with his hand. You get the typewriter hand, so 2 points of articulation on each finger, a separate trigger or pointing finger, posable thumb, and the typewriter fingers going on there. Waist swivel, ab crunch to the magic square, to the extreme. I ab crunch like a champion. To the extreme. Hey, if there's a problem, you'll all solve it. Here we go, all the way out to here. Got the old school hip flap. And does it have a drop down? No, no drop down. And then up to here, back to there. Be honest, can you make your leg go much further back than that? Just be honest, be honest. Thigh swivel. Almost. It's a double joint knee, but almost all the way around there. Kicks his own rear. And then these are die-cast feet, and another like point of contention, that because they can come up like that you can wear that tab out a bit and it not be so good. Anyway, up and down and in and out, and you can get whatever you need out of it. But it is nicely done. First comparison is I need to compare him to himself, you know, before he got all the tamphographs and before he lost $30. 30 pounds? No, he lost $30 in price tag. Or was it 20? Anyhow, I still like the look of this. The other one looks okay. It looks fine. It's a great figure. You could display either one, whichever one you want. But, I mean, which one, in your opinion, which one would you rather have displayed in bot mode? Sound off in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff and turn the notifications on. All right, here he is. Here's his height in comparison to Megatron and Fans Toys Optimus Prime, which the more I analyze Fans Toys Optimus Prime, the waist piece is going to look so much better than this. So I'm deterred by that, deferred by that, but there it is. And he's a little shorter, which is fine for me. He doesn't need to be like super duper short like you see in the vintage toy line. And I think even in the show, they're a little shorter than this. But I'm A-okay with it because at the end of the day, he's got to form this 21-inch combiner, and it works fine for me. To the magic and miracle of modern day 2019 camera tricks, we can compare him to the original toy a little bit better. And maybe I should turn him just a slight tad bit so you can see a little bit more reflectiveness. But the sticker matches the tampograph very well. Obviously, there is no Decepticon symbol. You probably would have to split the Decepticon symbol if you put it on there. Like right there, right? But I think they did really well with this. Also, you can see it's kind of like this little circular looking thing, but it's right there. You do have on the shoulders the triangle that they showed the triangle on there. So they really did match it up to the toy very, very, very well with the stickers. And I never realized, but I mean, years ago I thought, why don't I sell this bag of junky G1s off after I built myself 3 or 4 Devastators and I've got some junky ones left over. And turns out this is the reason I kept them. I just didn't know all these years. And here is how he shapes up with the rest of the team. I'm just going to say this. I really like these bot modes. I have never, ever in 40 years cared about Constructicon bot modes. Ever. But these are amazing. These look fantastic. And I have to display a set of these in bot mode. And so I will do that. And I'll have a combined mode. So I'll be trying to make that decision. Which one I like better, XTransbots or Fans Toys. And it seems like a pretty quick road, but it still feels like a long haul. But yeah, that's how they look together. Fantastic looking figures. I mean, have you ever seen actual Constructicons in the bot modes that looked good and you were really happy to display them? I mean, I haven't up until this point. All right, now for the alt mode, and yes, it's a bit of a cop-out, but hey, you thought you wanted a long one, turns out to be a quickie, we all win. These modes look almost 100% identical. I really don't see much difference going in this. We've got, well, no paint on these parts here, but if you look at it, like even on the back here, there's some paint, which is exactly the same. The back of the kind of front piece of the bulldozer area, look at the light on it, getting in the way of the light there. That's going to look a little bit different, but you're not really going to notice that so much. Then you got the front grille pieces there. I mean, really, even with this top piece, that little strip of paint that's in there is missing, but you really don't notice it. I mean, in all reality, you don't notice it. So for this particular one, very little difference for combined mode. And then I kind of like how they did this to where you can install the parts, and then you could still just, here we go, this comes out, and then you just want to slap your arm on there. I mean, it's not quite as easy as I'm trying to make it look, but it's that easy. So now we can compare the arm mode. It is almost that easy. I like easy. You don't get easy in Masterpiece very often. I think we could condense this down a little bit more for the mode, but I don't really care. But yeah, you have solid fingers in here, and I don't think yeah, they do splay. They splay, they make a fist, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, all that works. This is a little bit light of a connection here. I wish there was a tighter connection, but once he's on display, it's not really going to matter to me. There's the arm mode, and yeah, overall, I'm happy. It's XTransbots MX-45T Razor toy version, and what do I think of it? Well, I mean, I guess you just watched this and you know that I like it. I think that overall it's a solid figure. It looks good. I never was a fan of any of the Constructicons that had treads for legs, tread legs. But, you know, XTransbots did them well. They did a good job with them. I don't even focus on the tread legs anymore because it just looks that good. It's very solid. And it just feels, it feels a little weird to have nice looking Constructicons, this Demolitions team from XTransbots. And I will say that you could do more with these ankles if you want to risk it. Not perfect because the way they did the ankles, but I haven't had problems other people have. And with this, I haven't had any scratching, other people have. So, I mean, I'll point all that out, but I'm happy with it. I do not regret my choices in this. And with that, I'm going to link down below where you can get yours at Shows store while they still have them in stock, and cheaper than anywhere else pretty much in the world that I've seen. And when they do sell out, they will not be cheap anymore on the secondary market. So I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm trying to say, don't be coming in the future, Mike, where can I get Razor? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, right now I'm overloaded with people asking where to get Big Load. I don't know. Will they reissue Big Load? I don't know. Will this guy sell out in the future? I don't know. But they're all solid figures. And I think the last one I reviewed is still my favorite. But this one is climbing. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe to Durham Hanger out.